Caregivers are entrusted with our most vulnerable loved ones, parents, children, spouses, relying on their compassion and professionalism. This role demands patience, empathy, and integrity, forming bonds that often feel like family. But when that trust is broken, through neglect or abuse, the shock is profound, and the reasons are rarely simple. The reality is, even good people can be pushed to a breaking point by overwhelming pressures. Caregiving is relentless, a marathon, not a sprint. It demands so much, often giving little back in the short term. The emotional, physical, and mental toll can be immense. Long hours, often stretching into the night, blurring the lines between day and rest. Sleep becomes a luxury, not a necessity. The constant demands leave little time for personal needs. Isolation, a silent companion, creeps in as social circles shrink. The world narrows to the confines of care, leaving caregivers feeling alone and unseen. Support networks fade, replaced by the weight of responsibility and constant emotional strain. The worry, the grief, the frustration, it all accumulates, creating a heavy burden on the heart and mind. It's a constant tightrope walk of emotions. Burnout can erode empathy, leaving caregivers feeling numb and detached. The well of compassion runs dry, making it harder to connect with the person they're caring for, leading to mistakes or even harmful actions, not out of malice, but from sheer exhaustion and desperation. These errors can have devastating consequences. Imagine a daughter caring for her mother with dementia, slowly losing herself to exhaustion and frustration. The constant demands of care erode her own well-being. Neglect often starts with small lapses, a missed medication, a forgotten appointment. These seemingly minor oversights can snowball into larger problems, not malice, but from being overwhelmed. The sheer weight of responsibility crushes their spirit, leaving them feeling helpless and defeated. The system fails when it ignores the caregiver's needs, leaving them unsupported and vulnerable. Resources are scarce, and help is often difficult to access, setting the stage for tragedy, a preventable crisis that could have been avoided with proper support and intervention. Understanding this path is key to preventing harm. Recognizing the signs of caregiver burnout and providing adequate support can make all the difference. The weight of financial strain can be immense, especially for caregivers who often sacrifice their own well-being. Financial stress can tempt even well-meaning caregivers, pushing them to consider options they wouldn't normally entertain. It's a pressure cooker environment where desperation can take hold. Surrounded by valuables and facing mounting bills, some rationalize small thefts. They might tell themselves it's a temporary solution, a loan they'll repay later. The access and opportunity create a dangerous environment, intending to repay, but slipping further each time. The initial small act can quickly escalate, creating a cycle of guilt and further desperation. It becomes harder and harder to break free from the pattern. Desperation, addiction, or overwhelming debt can lead to choices that are completely out of character. The pressure can feel unbearable, or personal crises can cloud judgment, blurring the lines between right and wrong. When faced with extreme circumstances, rational thought can be compromised, turning trust into exploitation. The very foundation of the caregiver-patient relationship is shattered, leaving lasting damage. A single mother, unable to afford her child's medication, facing impossible choices and feeling utterly trapped, may cross a line she never imagined, driven by a primal need to protect her child. The desperation can override her moral compass. These acts are crimes with serious legal ramifications for everyone involved, but often rooted in complex struggles, not simple evil. Understanding the underlying causes is crucial for finding effective solutions. Recognizing these pressures helps us address the real risks and implement preventative measures. By offering support and resources, we can help caregivers avoid these dangerous paths. The solution to potential caregiver challenges isn't suspicion or mistrust, but proactive and comprehensive support. We need to shift our perspective and recognize that caregivers are often under immense pressure. Families must stay actively engaged in the caregiving process. Check in regularly with both the caregiver and the person receiving care. Offer breaks to prevent burnout, and create safeguards like shared oversight of finances to ensure transparency and accountability. This collaborative approach can help prevent potential issues and foster trust. Society must invest in better pay for caregivers, recognizing the vital role they play in our communities. This includes comprehensive training programs and readily accessible mental health resources for caregivers to help them manage stress and maintain their own well-being. Support groups and respite care aren't luxuries or optional extras. They're essential components of a sustainable and compassionate care system. Open communication and transparency in all aspects of caregiving protect everyone involved, fostering a safe and respectful environment. By supporting caregivers through these measures, we protect our loved ones from potential harm and ensure they receive the best possible care. Ultimately, we uphold the dignity of all involved, recognizing the inherent worth and value of both the caregiver and the person receiving care. It's time to answer the call for real change and create a society that truly values and supports those who dedicate their lives to caring for others. As the days turned into weeks, subtle shifts in the household dynamics began to draw attention. Concerned family members noticed discrepancies, small amounts missing from a wallet, unexplained injuries, or a sense of fear in the eyes of the cared for. It was enough to prompt a deeper look. The investigation began quietly. Officers spoke first with neighbors and friends. As the officers searched the home, they uncovered unsettling evidence. Hidden cameras showing moments of neglect, financial records revealing unauthorized withdrawals, and a journal filled with desperate pleas for help. With every new piece of evidence, the picture grew clearer and more disturbing. The investigation, now in full swing, exposed the cracks in a system meant to protect, leaving everyone to wonder, how many more stories like this remain hidden in the shadows? Just as the investigation seemed to close in on the truth, an unexpected twist sent shockwaves through everyone involved. A new piece of evidence surfaced, security footage from a nearby street camera, time-stamped on the same nights as the reported incidents. The footage revealed a shadowy figure entering and leaving the house, someone no one recognized. Was this a stranger exploiting the chaos, or someone closer than anyone imagined? Meanwhile, the caregiver's journal, once thought to be a desperate cry for help, contained cryptic entries hinting at secrets within the family itself. The cared for, when questioned again, hesitated, glancing nervously at family members. Motives became muddled, allegiances blurred. As investigators dug deeper, the lines between victim and perpetrator began to fade. Was the caregiver truly at fault, or were they a pawn in a much larger hidden struggle? The case, once so clear, now seemed shrouded in layers of deceit and unanswered questions. In the end, no arrests were made. The evidence, though compelling, pointed in too many directions. The household returned to a tense normalcy, but the truth remained just out of reach. Who was the mysterious visitor? What secrets did the journal truly hold? And how many more stories like this are quietly unfolding behind closed doors, never to be fully understood? The investigation closed, but the mystery lingered, haunting, unresolved, and leaving us all to wonder what really happened. The investigation took a new turn as detectives sat down with everyone connected to the case. In a sterile, fluorescent-lit room, voices echoed off the walls as each interview unearthed more questions than answers. Detective, can you walk us through the night of the incident one more time? Caregiver, voice trembling. I remember locking all the doors. I heard something, maybe a window, but I was so tired I can't be sure anymore. Detective, your journal mentioned they're watching. Who did you mean? Caregiver. I don't know. Sometimes I felt like someone was always there, just out of sight. Next, the family's eldest daughter. Her voice, steady at first, cracks under pressure. Daughter, I saw someone outside, not the caregiver, someone taller, with a hood. But when I told Dad, he said it was just my imagination. Detective, did you recognize the person? Daughter, hesitant. No, but they seem to know exactly where to go. The cared for, their hands shaking, offers a chilling account. Detective, do you remember anything unusual? Cared for, whispers. Sometimes at night, I hear footsteps in the hall, not the caregivers. Heavier, slower. I told my family, but they said it was just the house settling. Detective, is there something you're afraid of? Cared for, eyes darting. I'm afraid of what I don't remember. Evidence piles up, partial fingerprints on a window unmatched. A strange set of keys found in the garden. The journal, now in police hands, reveals another cryptic entry. Trust no one, not even myself. Neighbor, I saw a van parked across the street, engine running, didn't think much of it, but it was there every night that week. With every statement, doubt deepens. Emotions run raw. The caregiver sobs in frustration. The family's unity crumbles, and the investigators themselves exchange uneasy glances. No one, it seems, is above suspicion. And the true story slips further from reach with every word spoken. The chilling realization settles in. The more they uncover, the less they understand. The case file thickens, not with answers but with echoes of fear and uncertainty. As dawn breaks, and the sacred trust, once threatened, is restored. Just as the family dares to breathe easier, the calm is shattered. A new witness steps forward, someone overlooked in the initial investigation, a quiet neighbor whose windows face the family home. Clutching a trembling hand to her chest, she reveals she saw something on that fateful night. A shadowy figure entering, yes, but also someone else leaving. Someone familiar, someone from within the house. Her statement, detailed and unwavering, directly contradicts what the family believed. The detectives revisit their notes, faces tight with concern. The caregiver, finally beginning to heal, now finds old doubts clawing back in. The eldest daughter, whose relief was so hard-won, feels her trust crack all over again. The cared-for looks between loved ones, confusion and fear returning to their eyes. Whispers swirl. Was the estranged relative truly acting alone? Could someone inside have played a role, knowingly or not? The evidence, once so clear, now seems clouded by uncertainty. The family, already so fragile, teeters on the edge of suspicion once more. As night falls, the house is filled with restless pacing and anxious glances. Every memory is re-examined, every alibi questioned. The detectives, too, are haunted by the possibility of a deeper deception. What really happened that night? Who can be trusted? And will the truth, if it ever comes, bring relief, or only more pain? The answers remain hidden in the shadows as the story takes another unexpected turn. As the investigation spirals deeper, a single overlooked text message, unearthed from a routine data sweep, throws the case into chaos. The screen glows with a name that shouldn't be there: the eldest daughter and the caregiver, exchanging late-night messages weeks before the incident. "You said you'd handle everything, you promised, I can't back out now. It's too late. We can't let them find out, not after everything." In the interrogation room, suspicion thickens the air. The daughter's hands tremble as she faces the detectives, her eyes darting to the caregiver seated across from her. "I didn't mean for any of this to happen, I needed help. I thought we could trust each other. We were both desperate, but I never thought it would come to this." Trust, once the family's bedrock, now feels like quicksand. The daughter replays every secret conversation, every shared glance. Was it hope, or something darker that bound them? The caregiver's mind races through memories, a promise made, an unspoken fear, a line crossed in the name of love or loyalty. The investigators press on, their questions sharp as knives. Motives blur. Was it protection or manipulation? Who needed saving and at what cost? Family members, listening behind closed doors, feel the floor shift beneath them. Tonight, the house is not just filled with doubt, but with the echo of secrets finally exposed. As the storm outside rages, inside bonds are tested, and the truth, whatever it is, draws closer, demanding to be faced. The clock ticks past midnight. Shadows stretch long across the walls, mirroring the turmoil inside the caregiver's mind. Alone in a dimly lit kitchen, hands clenching a mug gone cold, the caregiver replays the interrogation, every accusation, every pleading glance from the daughter. A flashback flickers, the daughter's voice desperate and trembling. "Please, you're the only one I trust. We can fix this, together." The caregiver remembers the promise, the weight of it heavy as stone. Another memory surfaces, laughter echoing through the house on a sunlit morning, the family whole before the secrets took root. Back in the present, the caregiver's breath shudders. Phone in hand, thumb hovering over a draft confession message. The screen blurs with tears. A voice whispers in their mind, "If you tell the truth, you destroy her. If you stay silent, you destroy yourself." Suddenly, footsteps approach. The daughter stands in the doorway, eyes red-rimmed, voice barely a whisper. "What are we going to do?" The caregiver's reply catches in their throat. I don't know anymore." The tension crackles as the storm outside intensifies. Lightning flashes, illuminating fear and guilt etched on both faces. The caregiver's inner struggle crescendos, protecting a secret that could tear the family apart, or coming clean and risking everything. The camera lingers on the caregiver's trembling hand as they finally press send, but the message is cut off by a power outage. The screen goes black. In the darkness, a single question hangs. What truth will the morning bring? The audience is left suspended, wondering, doubting, fearing. What really happened that night? And who will bear the cost of the truth? As golden morning light pours through rain-washed windows, a new day dawns on the home. The kitchen glows with warmth, every surface touched by hope and possibility. In the hush of early hours, the weight of the past night begins to lift. The caregiver sits at the table, joined by the daughter, both changed, both stronger. A gentle smile passes between them, forgiveness and understanding shining in their eyes. In the living room, the cared for is surrounded by family, hands joined, hearts open. Hugs are exchanged, tears wiped away, and soft laughter fills the air. The pain of yesterday lingers, but hope now takes root, growing stronger with every gentle touch. The family gathers around the cared for, offering love and reassurance. In this golden light, sorrow softens, regret is met with compassion, and relief is shared. The shadows of the past are replaced by the fragile light of forgiveness. Hands are held, hearts are mended, and trust is slowly restored. Outside, the world moves on. Birds sing, neighbors greet the day. But within these walls, a new chapter begins, one of healing, forgiveness, and hope. The scars of the past remain, but they are softened by compassion and the promise of tomorrow. As the sun rises higher, the home is filled with quiet joy and renewed trust. In the end, it is compassion that endures, binding wounds, restoring faith, and lighting the way forward. This is the gift of forgiveness, the strength of love, and the promise of new beginnings. As the story closes, we are reminded, no matter how dark the night, the dawn always brings hope. Fade out,